And that is the perfect way to engage mindfulness, right? So my name is Colette. I am a mindfulness-based stress reduction instructor, and I'm also in the yoga teacher training right now with Tracy and Shelley, and enjoying it quite a bit. And I'm really happy to be here with you this morning. So when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about mindfulness, which I think about a lot, and how people talk about mindfulness and what we think of mindfulness. And it's kind of out there as a buzzword quite a bit. And I think everybody kind of has their own way of thinking and framing mindfulness. And so just wanted to share kind of where I come from is that mindfulness is really not about cultivating any specific way of thinking about things or specific frame or cultivating any specific mindset. It's more about just being aware of what the mindset is, what's happening in the mind and the body, and bringing full attention with some amount of loving awareness, some amount of kindness and compassion. And so that can happen anywhere. So this sitting on the cushion, this stripping all the stimulation away and coming to this formal seat is really just an opportunity to practice that in a formal way. So that's what we're going to do for the next 20 minutes. It's just see if we can practice being aware of what's here and bringing a little bit of kindness and compassion to the moment, just as it is. So I'll invite you to start by noticing your body, noticing that you are experiencing whatever you're experiencing through your 5 senses. An invitation to draw those senses inward just a little bit, maybe lowering the eyes or closing them if that's comfortable for you. Noticing what the body feels like as it's sitting. Maybe noticing the points of contact underneath you. Maybe in the feet, maybe the seat. Maybe you notice the temperature of the air or your skin underneath the clothing or the blanket. Noticing your posture now, just moving into the body a little bit deeper, sensing a sense of heaviness at the pelvis, in the legs. Letting the spine stack up out of the pelvis, almost like so many coins stacked one on top of another. No need to straighten the spine or make it any particular way, but just noticing that upright spine. Inviting the shoulders to drop, and the belly to relax. Letting the head just balance on top of the spine without any strain. And we come to an anchor, a place for the mind to rest, a place for the mind to return to while we're attempting to watch it. And so quite often the breath is a really nice and easy place to rest the mind. And so when I invite you to bring your attention to the breath, it's taking a moment to become aware of what that means for you. You might be most aware of the breath at the tip of the nose. Or it might be the sensations of the breath moving into the nose and down the throat. Or maybe you notice the movement of your chest and your belly and your shoulders as the breath moves in and out. And so choosing one of those spots and inviting the attention to gather and rest on the breath. And maybe noticing the urge to control the breath or make it some certain way. Maybe noticing judging the breath, thinking it ought to be some way. And just an invitation to drop that. Just let it go. See if it's possible to just watch. And when your mind wanders, which it will, because that's what minds do, simply inviting it back to the breath. In the same way you might bring a puppy or a child back onto the path, back in line. And in this way, just inviting yourself to watch the breath or observe the breath or be aware of the breath in the same way you might observe ocean waves moving in and out. And once again, when the mind wanders, noticing that the moment you've noticed that the mind is wandering, that is the moment of awareness. And that can be celebrated. I'm aware. And then it's possible to let go of the worrying or the planning or the conversation and come back to this experience right here. Returning over and over again, returning to the breath, releasing the thoughts, and resting. Is it possible to rest in this moment just as it is, without needing to worry about what's next, without needing to respond to the mind's conversation about what's happening? Just the breath, just returning. And as we do this practice of returning again and again to the breath with some kindness and compassion for the tendency of the mind to wander, notice it takes a very specific kind of effort, and that straining or efforting really doesn't help. And as we come to the end of the practice, maybe releasing the breath and becoming aware of the body again, sensing the whole body sitting, maybe inviting the attention to expand even further to include sound, the sounds in the room around you, sounds of your own breath. And when you're ready, opening the eyes or bringing the gaze back up. And we'll close with a nod to knowing that the benefits of a practice will always overflow, will always benefit those around you as much as it benefits you. Thank you for your time.